Welcome back to the Billabong Pro Tahiti. We are about to see the most winning surfer ever in this event hit the lineup. Kelly Slater with 4 victories, taking on Nat Young, who hasn't cracked the finals in this contest in his young career. Hasn't been the case in this heat though. We haven't seen too many waves really stand up. We've got a wave approaching here at the moment, but we're just waiting because the onside announcer's actually counting down for a potential heat restart. No one took that wave. It was right on the buzzer.
You know, just as a youngster already, it was so easy for him.
Just over 26 minutes to go. We're going to see the first wave ridden of this fresh 35-minute heat, and it's Nat Young getting barreled and getting out onto the open face now. And a nice carve, can't complete the rebound. Kelly having a look at a wave behind him. It was nice and bowled out, but just running a little too quick. This wave's got a good lump of water ahead of Kelly. He's in there somewhere fighting the foam ball now, but it's going to get away from him.
Here he is dropping in, kind of stalling with that back arm, trying to get deep, and you know, a decent barrel for Nat. There's the cut back. So you'll see a lot of that today. Yesterday it was small enough to where we're looking at real moves, you know, even tail sides or maybe even a rare aerial maneuver, but today it's all about getting the barrel. That's how you're going to impress the judges. You potentially want to be deeper and on a heavier wave. That one a little more almondy and just kind of a thin lip. That'll keep the score in check. Kelly, a little hollower wave, but it was kind of filled up with all that white water from the wave prior with Nat Young. You can see once Kelly got a little too deep, that phone ball.
And we're seeing Kelly now live action, having a look at one. Without priority, he gets an opportunity on this ride, and he is fighting his way through that barrel and having to deal with some falling lip there for a moment, but recovered well inside the tube, adjusted his line and found the exit. Right behind him, Nat Young gets an opportunity to answer back, and he kicks out. So some decent set waves with the fresh clock for these competitors.
So right here he's going to stall and then let go. He's going to step on the gas right here to get through. That's where that lip started hitting him in the head, and a lot of mere mortals would have, you know, fallen right there, because that's a lot of pressure coming down on your shoulders. But Kelly, he refuses to fall. That's what makes him one of the greatest of all time. He does this time and time again, where potentially where it's so tough you kind of get off your game and maybe even you'll jump off your board, you know, being kind of rattled by the lip. Kelly just kind of stays focused, Ronnie, and plows through it.
Just hangs on to the bitter end, and the payoff is there. A nice barrel ride for Kelly, and here's Nat's again on the replay.
Nat's wave, beautiful, very clean, but just a short barrel. And a very smart decision though, for a lot of people will give a fist pump or a claim or, you know, some kind of gesture to the judges. But Kelly, I don't think it's a mistake that he adds that flare at the end of his barrel rides.
He gets the payoff. The best wave of this heat so far, a 7.67 for Kelly, but he's still in second place.
You hit it right on the head, both you guys, talking about the flair for dramatics. He is a showman. Kelly knows that looking a little bit difficult when you have to manage through a barrel almost gives that extra little something. And what that does is gives him good scores. He's got the best score of the heat.
Well, 20 minutes to go and some movement at the takeoff zone once again. Nat Young looking to drop a 4-point ride to push further ahead of Kelly. Takes a nice line out of the pit. Pushes hard on a clean, drawn-out frontside carve. And Slater on the second wave of the set. Stalling hard, has his body in the face of the wave. He gets the exit, he's going to kick out. A lot of conversation on the way back to the lineup.
That was smart. So a great wave here for Nat. He waited with priority, and it paid off. That's a pretty nice wave there. But you can see, because it was the first wave of the set, it did have a little bit of that almond shape to it, more of an oval type of barrel. Not quite as gutted out and square, but nothing wrong here from Nat surfing. You know, it wasn't sketchy. You know, it didn't look like, wow, is he going to make it? It always looked like he's going to make it out of that barrel, so that's going to keep the score, you know, a little cool. Kelly, a little different here. You can see he got deeper, got clipped at the end, so a slightly more technical barrel, even though the wave wasn't quite as big as Nat's. A little bit more of a technical effort here from Kelly. Had to ride the foam ball and then come out of that little pinch. I don't know that's going to be better than Nat's. Kind of an equal score there for me, but
too many points to it. If you come out and do one of the turns of the year with all that speed, an Andy Irons-esque rebound, here. It shows full commitment, degree of difficulty. I think the competitors will get the payoff in that situation, but right now a lot of focus on the barrel ride. 17 minutes remaining, and Kelly putting away a 6.9 on his last wave. Nat Young had a 6.27.
You can hear the announcer on the scaffolding. Kelly had priority, and that's the shape you want. That's that classic West Bowl, perfect wave at Teahupo'o. No hands for Kelly. I can't wait to look into this thing. Here we go. So there's the pump. That's the advantage of not grabbing rail. You get that, see that little extra pump right there? That gave him just enough space to get over that foam ball. You know, had he not pumped, he might have kind of hit that foam ball and disengaged. He could have lost all that speed and momentum. So that's those little nuances. It's that sixth sense that you need as a surfer out here to make sure you make it out of the barrel.
What a dream chunk of water too. Just that perfect horseshoe West Bowl going around the bend. And Kelly surfed it to perfection. Nat Young trying to find the answers now. He finds a beautiful wall, but nothing compared to Kelly's 9.83. Surfed so well. Let go of that rail, drove into it.
You know, it feels safer to grab your rail and do that right there. This is a traditional barrel ride right here where you drop in, you hold on to the rail for safety and stability, and you pull into the barrel. Really nice cutback, by the way. Ronnie will put your scores to the test there for added maneuvers. So there he is, kind of dragging his rear end and his knee into the water to speed control, and a really nice strong cutback. And then Nat Young on the outside. I think this score, you were spot on, Ronnie. It's just going to be okay, but because the barrel was so easy, the judges know that. They know that Nat Young's going to come out of this barrel. It's not very technical. Was it a good tube ride? For sure, but you know, it's going to be a mid-range score.
Searing backhand carve came through at a 5.4, so didn't really get the massive reward for that maneuver.
You know, a little you know, inside poke, but definitely feeling loose, feeling comfortable, and getting the highest score of the contest so far. Beautiful form out here by Kelly Slater.
We see a lot of people, Ross. Let's have a look at the highlights so far. Round 3 is starting to light up.
Ronnie, I just like how Kelly can, he almost dictates the rhythm. So, you know, at the beginning of this, he was out of rhythm, wasn't he? You know, Nat was the one that was holding down priority. Nat got the, you know, the first decent score. You know, it was only a 4, but it seemed like, wow, this could really unfold his way. And Kelly somehow snuck that 7.67 under priority and just kind of switched it on Nat Young, flipped it right on his head. And that put him in rhythm for this wave right here, which was, you know, the best wave of the contest so far. Almost a couple of judges gave him 10s, Ronnie. So, you know, sure, it was a dream wave, but technically what he did on that without grabbing rail and getting that just one extra pump, that drive to give him that momentum to make it over the foam ball, that was next level from Kelly.
Making some comparisons to the first round and John Florence's performance there. I think that
it's all about wave selection and getting those waves that have that thick wall. That's where Kelly really outdid him.
Well, Slater fans will love this. Kelly Slater collecting the win with the single highest score of the contest so far.